Welcome to another edition of Pimp's Corner. This is your host, Vinnie Mac. Today's topic, I'll be talking about the 2002 Players Ball, which me, Hollywood Snake, Snoop Dogg, Warren G, a couple of more Snoop's entourage, and the bodyguard, Lou Dog, was at the event. First of all, you know I grew up in the LBC, straight out of Long Beach. I've had a fantastic time growing up there. You know, I was part of one of the original gangsters, like I was telling you guys, you know. I first encountered Snoop when he was going to Poly High. You know, I seen him running around the neighborhood. He was just beginning to learn how to rap, you know. Back then, he was running with Big C Style and them when he was just starting to put things together. But since I was an international player, you know, I was in and out of town all the time. So I would start, his name was buzzing back then. And you know, I know he was messing with Warren G, which Warren G, people live right around the corner from my grandmother. I talked about that on Nothing to Something a little bit. Well, we're gonna get into the Players Ball on this topic. Well, you know, I first seen Snoop when he was shooting a video up there on top of the VIP in Long Beach. You know, my team used to work right across the street from the VIP right there. My team actually worked right in the hood because that's where I grew up. I was 5'6" deep in there with blacks, whites, Mexican girls. Nobody ever bothered my team because I was a triple OG. Everybody knew who I was, and they wouldn't dare lay their hands on my broad. So when Snoop Dogg and them would be going to Poly, or even back when in some of the younger days, when you seen any girls on the track back then, 9 times out of 10 they were mine, or they might have been my partner, Hollywood Snake. You know, he was my mentor. He's a very good brother, deep in the game, very knowledgeable, jeweled up. You know, exemplary a person as you was gonna look at the professional pimp. He was one of the best it was, especially from Long Beach. They called him the Godfather at the time. So me and him really literally had Long Beach on our backs, you know what I'm saying, as we traveled across country. You know, we got a chance to meet all the international players. You know, I mean, I know Gangsta Brown, of course, R.I.P. Kenny Red, R.I.P. Pierre, R.I.P. Mario, you know what I'm talking about, Charlie Clay, you know what I'm talking about, Zach the Mac, you know, some of the Bay Area players, you know what I'm talking about. I knew Sacramento D. Just a long list of players, but I won't get too far off track. So anyway, we was got with Lee Mack at the time, R.I.P. Lee Mack. He was the one that started doing the original West Coast Players Ball. We got with Lee Mack. We bought our VIP tickets, but then we was ordering the stretch limousine, and Lou was gonna be our bodyguard. So Lou did a lot of work with Warren G, and Anson did some work with Snoop. So he was in constant contact with them during the event, telling them, hey man, you know, the big homies is coming, you know, the pimps is coming to the Players Ball, man. You know, Long Beach gonna be up in the building. So through Lou Dog, my good partner, close friend of mine, was in the limousine with us. So when we pulled up to the Players Ball, Snoop pulled up, and I think it was one of them old school Cadillacs. He had a bunch of pieces of rice with him. Rice mean Oriental women with him. He had on the long burgundy and white coat with the white fur around it with the white hat on. He was dressed impressed. Warren G showed up, you know, real, I'm talking about down to earth, good, cool people from the Long Beach. Man, had lots of respect for the game, had a lot of respect for me and Hollywood Snake. You understand what I'm saying? So when we all pull up together, and then Snake's son Wally was in a Canary Hummer. So we all pulled up all at the same time. Spotlight came on as the cameras came on, and you dig what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg took me, Warren G, and all us. We went through the VIP entrance, so we didn't even have to use our tickets. So we mobbed up in there, but when we hit the VIP entrance, man, the crowd rushed Snoop so fast and so hard that we got kind of separated a little bit. Matter of fact, I had my mink coat on, and I almost got knocked over this rail. And my Hennessy, I had to drink Hennessy in my hand and spit over on another player's mink coat. We almost got into it. So I would say, man, you know, Snoop is cool and everything. He really wanted to chop it and pop it with us. But once the crowd rushed him so much, and, you know, we was players, we people with money too. And we was just as popular in the game. You know, he's more popular as a rapper. We were more popular in the pimp game than he was. So we kind of separated ourselves doing that event. But, man, I'm talking about one of the kindest, most courteous, coolest brothers you ever want to talk to, man. So at this particular event, right, we was at the event. I think that's when Snoop Dogg's song out was Beautiful with Pharrell. So to make a long story short, Snoop ended up winning Mac of the Year or Pimp of the Year. But man, you see a lot of the pimps, boy, they start talking all kinds of shit. They were so mad, talking about, yeah, he ain't no pimp, he's a rapper. He, you know, this supposed to be for real. Pimp's supposed to get trophies and this, that, and the other. I kind of agree with that, but then I was glad they gave it to Snoop because he was so popular and he was representing the game and he was from Long Beach. Even though I didn't think the award was right for him to get it, I think the award was right for him to have it, you know, during that time. He could have got Rapper of the Year or Pimp Rapper of the Year award or something like that. Would have probably made it more sensible, but the other players did not like that at all. So we chopped around and we popped it and we chopped it and everything like that. You know, we sat down around for a few hours. It was a fantastic event. We had a great time. Warren G was steady, you know, hey, this is my partner, Vinnie Mac, man. Hey, Vinnie Mac, here's some work for this is such and such and such and such. You know, he introduced me to a lot of his fans, came over and gave me a lot of action and a lot of bras that night, which was real cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a fantastic time, you know what I mean? A lot of the great players was there. You know, this was in Studio City, man. It was on and popping. It was one of the most memorable players ball I think I've had. So I just want to give a big shout out to Snoop for being so humble, being so kind, being so courteous, and being down for Long Beach. And when Snake came up to get his award that night, I remember like it was yesterday. Snoop came up to the stage and said, I'm here from Long Beach to represent my big homies, Hollywood Snake. And man, that put the icing on the cake, man. So towards the end of the event, when me and Snake and we get ready to leave to get back in the limousine, Snoop came out of there. He seen us leaving. He ran out to the limousine. He said, hey, man, y'all leaving? I said, yeah, man, we leaving, man. We're not going to go to the after party, man. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to leave right now. So he came out. He took some pictures with us. We had the trophies in our hand. He gave me his phone number. I contacted him a few times. But, of course, you know, I was cross-country and international player, so I was back out doing my job. You know, we went right back on the road. You dig what I'm saying? But it was a very memorable event. Hey, Snoop, I love you, man. You used to see me every time you went to Ponte High School. All them girls you seen on the track, you know it was mine. I remember, matter of fact, last time I think I seen you was on the blade was way back when we first encountered when I think it was when you had that gold Lexus. You had the afro. You was at McDonald's. You was standing right there in the parking lot. You just came out to drive. You was standing there. I gave you a what's up. You peed me up. You understand what I'm saying? You was down around seeing the girls working, just doing your thing, feeling yourself. You know, you had just come out that massive hit that you came out with first. But hey, man, I got a lot of love for you, baby. You know what I'm talking about? And this is Vinnie Mac with one of the rap stories with one of the hottest rappers out and the biggest rappers that he now owns Death Row Records, by the way. But hey, Snoop, when you get some time, check out my book, man. American Pimps, the Vinnie Mac Story. Hey, baby, we need together to make this thing out of a movie, man. It's a Long Beach story. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, this is Vinnie Mac from Pimp's Corner. I have some more stories from you. I got stories about Trey D. I got stories about Big C Styles. I got more stories about Warren G. You know, I got some other rappers that I know, Sugar Free, Pimpin' Young. I got a chance to meet Suki Slim and a lot of other. And I'll be talking about some other encounter with some of the bigger pimps that was in the game. You know, I've been doing Bishop for a good while. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, you know, adding some more content to Pimp's Corner. I hope everybody have a fantastic day. And thanks to listening to the story about me and Snoop being at the Players Ball in Studio City. You guys have a fantastic day, babe. I'm out.